All right, happy Tuesday, everyone. We've got a busy day ahead of us weather-wise, so let's get right to it. This morning we had, of course, some devastating tornadoes last evening in southwest Ohio around the Dayton area, and no doubt you're seeing a lot of footage of the devastation today as we've gotten daylight. It's been an ugly, ugly scene, unfortunately, in southwest Ohio. Back here at home, we missed out on last night's severe weather. We have had a little bit of rain, and there's a little bit of lightning and thunder here and there this morning across northeast Ohio and into western PA, but no severe weather threat this morning. We're going to focus on this afternoon and into this evening in this video. As you can see on our surface map here, we have a warm front that has pushed in, and boy, has it made a difference. It is muggy outside this morning, and dew points are very, very elevated. In fact, let me bring up those dew points. It's a big change from yesterday after kind of a beautiful day for Memorial Day weather-wise. That comfortable air mass has been replaced by dew points well up into the 60s. That's one ingredient that has come together today for thunderstorms, a much more moisture-laden air mass. The risk today, this is from the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma. It's part of the National Weather Service. The severe weather risk today, overall outlined to be highest from roughly I-77 on east into western PA. This includes most of our TV viewing area. That's this color right here. It includes the Pittsburgh area and a lot of central PA as well. But even in the yellow color and the slight risk, that's still kind of an elevated risk category, so everyone stands about an equal chance today of seeing some heavy, gusty storms as we get into the afternoon today. It could be a pretty busy afternoon for us across the valley. The atmosphere will turn unstable today. We've got that front nearby. We have the moisture pooling around the vicinity with lots of those elevated dew points. We also are going to have some sunshine working in for this morning. The more sunshine we see this morning, the warmer and more unstable the lower atmosphere is going to get, and the more easily those updrafts can get going as we head into the afternoon today. So we're rooting against sunshine this morning, but we're probably going to see a decent amount for a while this morning. This is a different product. This is not the severe weather risk, but the excessive rainfall outlook, kind of a risk of flash flooding, in other words. And we are outlined in kind of this yellow color here, meaning there's a slight risk of flash flooding across the area. It's one of my concerns for today, in addition to hail, which could be pretty large in some of the bigger thunderstorms, and damaging winds. The moisture-laden atmosphere and the repetitive nature, perhaps, of our storms this afternoon could lead to some localized flooding issues. So if you live in an area of poor drainage, an area that typically has some problems when we have some heavy spring and summertime thunderstorms, be on the lookout for that possibility as we go into the second half of the day today. So it's a multifaceted threat today. It's not just wind and hail. It's a flash flooding threat. A tornado risk today is not zero, but it is pretty low, and it's not as high as it was last evening across Indiana and western Ohio. We cannot rule out an isolated tornado somewhere in our region today, but again, the risk is fairly low. We don't want to discount it completely, but it is pretty low overall. Let's talk about our timing here. Again, a renegade shower or storm this morning. It's pretty stray, no big deal in the grand scheme of things. I think the radar will start to light up again as we go into mid-afternoon. I'm going to stop our model here at 3 o'clock. This is when our front is sagging back to the south, and the atmosphere will start to get pretty active, I think, with some showers and storms. Now, where these decide to fire up initially will be fairly random, but most locations in our TV viewing area will see at least one shower or a storm later this afternoon into this evening. Now, whether you get the initial round when they first bubble up or maybe your turn comes later, can't really make that call at this point, but most locations in our TV viewing area will see some wet weather today at some point. Most locations, it'll be mid to late afternoon, early evening, and then the activity should start to wind down after sunset. So by 8, 9, 10 o'clock, we should be in much better shape. So I'm looking at kind of a 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. window for us as the prime time for possible severe weather today. So have an action plan in place just in case you need to activate that plan, whether you're working outside, if you have golf league after work today, softball, baseball, anything going on involving the outdoors later on today. Have an action plan for you and your family in case we do have some pretty big thunderstorms that are producing some severe weather, and we'll of course have you updated on air and online throughout the day. Look for more updates from me this morning on social media, and I'm back at work today. I'll see you this evening on 21 News at 6 and 11.